Hi, I'm Phil from the Soundproofing store, and today we're talking about our Pro Sound ReductoClips. The ReductoClip system is a brilliant, high-performance isolation clip system designed to decouple layers of mass from a structure of a building, and this allows the system to dampen high levels of sound energy and vibration. The ReductoClip and fairing channel combined offer the slimmest isolation clip system on the market. It's designed for straightforward installation and can be used in a multitude of situations, from domestic homes needing to reduce unwanted noise from neighbours, to industrial applications, to even music studios and home cinemas, on both walls and ceilings. Now, the ReductoClip and the ReductoClip bar combined is an incredibly slim 25 millimeters. Now, this is almost half the size of other isolation clip systems on the market. Now, I'm not going to mention any names, but I'm going to show some typical examples of other common systems on the market. Now, if we put them side by side, you can see how standard isolation clip and bar takes up a lot more space. And if that's hanging down from your ceiling or coming out from your wall, you're losing a lot more space in your room. But another thing that people don't really think about, but it does make installation of this system far, far easier, is actually the size of the fairing bar itself. Now, all the other systems on the market use a very thin bar. And the problem with this is where you have sections of wall or sections of ceiling where you have two plasterboards meeting, they have to meet right in the center of the bar, which means you've only got a tiny little piece of bar to actually fix your plasterboard to. So you're fixing right on the end of the plasterboard. This makes it really quite tricky. Whereas the ReductoClip fairing channel has been made a lot wider to make it a lot easier. You have a 50 mil of space to fix to instead of 30 mil. And you also have this very handy groove down the center to show you where the center line is. So one plasterboard goes up to this side, your next plasterboard goes up to meet, and you have plenty of space to fix your plasterboards too. So it makes it much easier and much quicker. If we look a little bit closer at the clip itself, one thing that becomes very clear when compared with other systems on the market is that the ReductoClip is a substantial, robust piece of kit. And that's very important when you're adding a huge amount of weight and mass to a system and suspending it from your walls or even from your ceiling. You want something that you can put your trust in, and you know it's going to carry that weight. Now, one reason why this system is so much more robust than other systems on the market is that you can see a lot of other systems have a one fixing point. So it's just one screw holding it in place. Whereas the ReductoClip has a dual fixing point. So it's fixed above and below with that extra weight capacity of having that extra fixing. But the other benefits of this clip is that it also has dual isolation points. What that means is there's two separate points where the clip is isolated from the structure. First of all, with these green rubber grommets, which are designed to absorb high levels of vibration and sound energy. And these bits will be fixed to the structure from your ceiling or to your wall, which allow you to separate the actual clip itself from the fairing channel. Now, it also has this black foam on the back, and this is a closed cell foam. And the idea with this is it separates the clip from the structure that you're fixing it to, but it also allows for a little bit of movement backwards and forwards as the system vibrates with the energy of sound. So we've got isolation from the structure and isolation from the fairing bar. So in what situation would you use ReductoClips? Well, the ReductoClip system is very versatile, and it can be used in a multitude of different situations. We use it very often in domestic situations. This could be with noise coming through a neighbour, through a wall, or through a ceiling in apartments where you're trying to reduce that unwanted household neighbourly noise. But this system is also used in things like home studios, music rooms, live music venues, home cinemas, applications where noise levels are very, very loud and across a wide spectrum of sounds from low bass to high treble. In all of those situations, this system does a fantastic job. So really, whatever your noise problem, whatever the sound, the ReductoClip system is going to do a fantastic job for you. Now, to explain a little bit about the science behind ReductoClips and how they work and why they work, we've got this little model here. Now, it's very heavy. And hopefully you can see at the side here the clips and the bars. But basically the idea is we want to create a decoupling, because when we're blocking sound, especially high levels of sound, there's two things that we really need to achieve. First of all, we need to add a lot more mass to the surface. So whether that's a ceiling or a wall, we want to add multiple layers of very heavy, very dense materials. So we've got here 2 layers of acoustic grade plasterboard, and we've got a layer of tech sound in between. So this is adding a huge amount of weight. But if we just add that weight and that mass straight to the surface, what happens is sound will still travel through it anyway, because sound is an energy and a vibration, and that energy travels very easily through solid, rigid materials. So what we really want to do is separate these heavy mass materials from the structure in a way that it's more resilient. And that's where the ReductoClips come in. They create a vibration dampening suspension system. It's very similar to how the suspension springs and shock absorbers in a car work. That in old-fashioned cars with no suspension springs, if you were to drive over a pothole or a speed bump, you'd feel this really awful, hard impact. Whereas in modern cars with shock absorbers, if you drive over a pothole, you hardly feel it and you get a very comfortable journey. And that's because the car is flexible and resilient. And that's what we're trying to achieve here. If we can make your wall or your ceiling far more resilient and shock absorbing, and then add a huge amount of mass to it, you're going to get fantastic soundproofing results. Now, if you are interested in the ReductoClip system, then the best thing to do is look at the ReductoClip page on our website at www.soundproofingstore.co.uk, because on there we've got a couple of videos that go into a lot more detail. Now, this is where we've gone to site to a real customer's property, installed the full system, and I talk through every single step of the installation, every piece of the system, how it works, why it works. So if you are interested, that's a really great resource. So do go and check out those videos. So to recap, the ReductoClip system is the Soundproofing Store's highest performing system. This is a great system regardless of the type of noise problem, the level of the noise problem. This is going to do a fantastic job for you. Now, if you have a noise problem that you're struggling to solve and you want some help with it, you want to do it once, do it right and get the best results you can, regardless of it, if it's walls, ceilings, floors or anything else, speak to an expert, give us a call and we can help you out.